Ladies, hello ladies. I want to speak to my ladies for a moment. We mess up in this area and we mess up bad in this area, okay? We get to thinking that we can change people. We can change men. If you are single or if you are dating somebody, first of all, if you are dating somebody that's not reciprocating what you are putting out, or this person simply just not showing you what you need to be showed or treating you the way you're deserving of being treated, then it just might not be for you. So let me just start by saying we mess up because we always put in our minds, we get this mentality that we can change people. And we mess up when we think we can change people because, for one, we are not God. Only God can do the changing. But I know several of us have either been there before, in a position right now, or gonna be there eventually, but I hope you don't. But if you do, guess what? Hello, this is a warning. You cannot change people. You cannot change people. Once upon a time, I allowed myself to get in a position where, just a dumb position. I allowed myself to get in a position where I thought I could change somebody. I was talking to somebody. For one, I knew they were not for me. I knew we were not for each other, even though we got along well, we vibed well, everything. But they just were not for me. Everybody that you encounter is not for you to be with. Just because y'all get along good, that don't mean he yours. Just because y'all can hang out and have fun and y'all can have deep conversations with no limit to him does not mean that he's yours. Some people are just meant to be a friend, but we try to make them more than a friend. We step ahead of ourselves and we try to force people to be more than what God has intended for them to be in our lives. So guess what? I told myself, even though I knew this person was not for me, I said, oh, he's a good guy. He have the potential to be this, or he had the potential to be that. I need him to see himself the way that I see him. If he just apply himself. What kind of fool was I? So guess what? I decided to stick around. I told myself, I said, well, I know I'm a strong woman. I know the type of mentality I have and what I bring to the table. Maybe there is hope. Maybe it can work. But not once did I stop and tell myself, remind myself that, girl, you ain't God. It still ain't gonna work. Because you cannot change people. But I still said, okay, maybe it can work. Because I know what I bring to the table. I know I'm a strong woman. I know the type of person I am. And I know that he can learn a lot from me. I know I'm good with motivating people, pushing people, encouraging people, supporting people. So I'm like, okay, hey, let me stick around. Let me help him. And I allowed myself to be in a position where I was supposed to help, but help became draining. Have you ever just tried to help somebody so much that it just sucked all of the energy out of you? Number one reason is because you're not called to help everybody anyway. We have our people that we call to, but we want to save the world. You can't save the world. You can't change people. You can't make people be what you want them to be. You cannot force people to see in themselves what you see. Or what they don't even see in themselves. You can't force them to see that. At some point in everybody's life, we got to get to a point where we like, God, show me me. Let me see me the way that you see me, God. Help me to become better. Help me to be stronger. Help me to be a woman or a man of integrity. Help me to be an honest person. A happy person. A loyal person. A faithful person. That is our own responsibility. We have to want that. We have to cry out for that. But you can't make nobody desire what you desire, what characteristics you desire in them. It don't work like that. You're going to turn blue in the face You're going to be tired. You're going to be stressed. And 9 times out of 10, you're going to end up miserable because you're forcing yourself to do work that you're not called to do. Nobody is called to change anybody. God is called to do the change, and we're just called to introduce people to God. So when we step out of place, we allow ourselves to go through certain things that was never intended for us to even go through. So if you're talking to somebody or with somebody where you feel like you got to keep forcing them to show you attention, show you love, show you affection, show you that they care, let you know that they care about you, let it go. Let it go. What's in the heart comes from the heart. And if they really cared about you on the level that you cared about them from, it will flow with ease. It will come with ease. You don't have to pressure nobody to be what you want them to be. You don't have to pressure nobody to show you love. You don't have to pressure nobody to have them tell you that they care about you or show you that they care about you. Why are you begging people to be loyal to you, to be honest to you? You know how many people will be dying to be in a position to be what you're trying to force somebody else to be in your life? The person that God got for you, he gonna do it, and he gonna do it proudly. You ain't gotta force them to do that. You ain't gotta force them to be there. You ain't gotta force them to act like they care. You ain't gotta beg them for time. You ain't gotta keep asking them, why you ain't calling me back? Why you ain't text me back? I thought you cared about me. You ain't gotta do that. And if you're doing it, you should be tired of doing it. And if you are doing it, please sit back and ask yourself, what makes you feel okay with being the type of person that has to do something like that? Because oftentimes, we settle for what we feel like we deserve. So guess what? When we are accepting the bare minimum, 9 times out of 10, there's some kind of insecurity lying somewhere that we have yet to deal with. Because when you address it and you fall in love with yourself, then you won't be desperate for somebody else to give you what you have already mastered for you. Love you properly. Then you won't be looking for Fred, Rod, Dre, them to do it. You won't be looking for it. Of course, it's nice to have, companionship. Of course, everybody desires to be happy. Everybody desires to be loved and to love somebody. But for right now, if you don't have that, don't force that. Because forcing that puzzle piece into that puzzle, 9 times out of 10, that little piece that you forcing in, either it's going to bend, it's going to start to tear, you're going to rip the puzzle, you're going to stretch it out, you're going to do something to that little puzzle piece. And I wish I had a puzzle, one of my son puzzles right here. But just imagine it. 2 pieces of puzzle. And I'm trying to force them to go together, and they're not designed for one another. So if this one have a stem right here, matter of fact, I just gotta do this. I gotta do this. I just gotta do this. And I don't mean to be making these type of recordings where I gotta move and go different places, but y'all gotta see this. I need y'all to understand me. Women, I need y'all to understand me. But because it's too many women losing themselves with trying to love on people, in ways that they're not supposed to be loving them in. We're supposed to love everybody, yes, true enough. But you can't want to make everybody your man. So let me see one of these little puzzle pieces. And like I said, we all done been there before. Everybody ain't gonna be real, but we all done been there before. Well, we trying to force somebody to be what we want them to be. So I'm just trying all of them, y'all, and they don't work. So guess what? If I have these two pieces and I know they don't fit, and if I'm trying to make them fit, guess what? One of them, look at that. You get tears, you get bumps, you get bruises, you get scars where you're not even wanting to get scars at. You just putting yourself in a predicament to be bent all up. Look at that ripped. They hurting you, they turn you, they making you bend, they breaking you. All because you want to force yourself to be in a position that you're not designed to be in a person's life. It has to stop here. It has to stop here. No longer shall you beg somebody to give you attention, something that you're giving them freely anyway. Why is it okay for you to make people a priority in your life and they get to make you an option and you settle for it? Do you know who you are? Do you truly know what you deserve? Or what you're deserving of? Do you know your worth? That's what it all boils down to, knowing your worth. Because when you know your worth, you won't be okay with compromising with certain things. And I had to tell myself that when a certain situation happened with me. Because I'm like, for one, I'm always real with me. So I'm like, now wait a minute. I know I'm tripping. I wasn't begging nobody for attention or nothing like that, but just trying to change people in general. You can't change nobody. And it was draining. So I'm like, hold up. I know I'm tripping. Like, I'm really sitting back, allowing something to mess with my mental, like, disturbing my peace, eating at my, nagging at my happiness. I'm gonna say nagging at it. I'm really gonna sit back and allow myself to go on a roller coaster, and I know I ain't at an amusement park. Am I crazy? So these are the things I had to tell myself and be honest with myself, like, this ain't it. That ain't it. And I ain't gonna make it be it. Because I'm not willing to compromise me, my peace, my happiness, my joy, my morals, my self-respect to try to change somebody else. And then it puts me in a place of discomfort. No. So my question to you is really, why are you okay with being uncomfortable? Why are you okay with begging somebody for attention? Why are you okay with constantly asking, can you do this? Can you do that? Can you call me? Can you talk to me? Can we hang out sometimes? Can we spend time together? Can we have dinner? Why do you have to ask that? Not for somebody that's saying they're yours anyway. Why? It should come with ease. And then what the killer part is, oftentimes people get in relationships that's rooted off of things other than whether they truly match or not. If your relationship is rooted on sex, kill it. If sex became your foundation and then came a relationship, kill it. It's not gonna work. If cheating and sneaking around was y'all foundation and then came a relationship, not gonna work. Not gonna work. And I don't care what nobody say, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Because 9 times out of 10, if they did it with you, they'll do it to you. They'll do it to you. So why are you okay with compromising yourself and settling? Settling for treatment that you don't even give out. They need to treat you how you treat them. It needs to be reciprocated. You have to know your worth. Don't you know every time you allow somebody to come into your personal space and disturb your peace, eat at your joy, you're losing value. You're causing yourself to lose value because guess what? When all of that is over with, when you stick around and you constantly taking all these blows, taking all these blows, taking all these blows, you don't have nothing left for yourself. And that's how women end up losing themselves. They're going from person to person, person to person, trying to please this person, trying to love this person, trying to give this out because they want this back. And guess what? They done had to be so many people with so many people. And if you don't know what I mean by that is Tom may be right here. And Tom like a certain type of woman. So you gotta be what Tom like. Then you may have Josh here. And Josh may like a certain type of woman. So guess what? Since it didn't work out with Tom, you like, okay, I need to be what Josh like. If I want this in return. If I want love in return. If I want to be pampered in return. Or whatever y'all expectation may be. So you got to be what Tom like. What Josh like. So boom, it don't work out with Josh. And you meet Tim. And Tim telling you, I like this woman. I want my woman to wear long hair. I like my woman to dress like this. So boom, you go do everything that Tim like. Because you wanted to work with Tim. And it still don't work with Tim. Because you constantly compromising yourself every time you encounter somebody. So guess what? You don't have to be all these different people every time you ran into somebody or encountered somebody that you was into to the point you done lost yourself. It's nothing left for you. And that's what it all boils down to. It end up being nothing left for you. Then you have to be by yourself, heal by yourself, try to put yourself back together, try to find yourself by yourself while you dealing with the hurt. And they going on about their life. Why do you feel it's okay to keep putting yourself in those type of predicaments? This is an uncomfortable topic. Uncomfortable appeal to swallow. Because there are a lot of women like this nowadays. Where they just said, forget having standards. I'ma want what want me. No, queen. We're not doing it. No, we're not doing it. You're going to set your standards. Stand by your standards. But thing is, hold on. When you set them standards, we have to make sure that we're able to put out what we're expecting to receive. Because a lot of people be like, I want my man to have this. I want my man to do this and do that and do that. And you can't do half of what you asking for. You don't have half of what you asking for. So are you crazy? Like, be reasonable here when you set your standards. Be reasonable. I'm not saying settle, but make sure you're bringing to the table what you asking to come to the table. At least. That's the least you can do. But I just wanted to speak to the women for a moment and know this is not directed towards anybody or anything like that. Because guess what? A lot of times when stuff like this, touchy subjects like this is spoken on, and a person that hear it don't like what's being said, they try to make it seem like a subliminal is being posted. They try to make it seem like you messy, or you full of drama, or you need to mind your business. If you mind your own business, everything will be good. Quit worrying about everybody. No, it's not about worrying about everybody else. It's not about minding anyone else's business. It's about women empowering women. That's what it's about. And a lot of times, women lack power, the power that's within them, because they don't have nobody to empower them. Everybody wanna be the yes friend, the okay friend, the pat on the back friend, the sugarcoat friend. So guess what? They keep floating through life thinking that their ways are right. Keep thinking that nothing is wrong with the stuff that they do or say when it's not true. What type of person, what type of friend would even sit back and look at their friend look stupid and don't even tell them their friend looking stupid? But guess what? I know what type of person would do that. The type of person that's going to watch you do stupid stuff, say stupid stuff, degrade yourself, and going to turn around and talk about you behind your back. Rather than saying, friend, girl. Nope, we ain't going to do that. You better than that. You bigger than that. See, it's not many of those type of friends. It ain't too many of those type of friends. That's what's needed. That's truly what's needed. And that's why a lot of women are being the new men. Now that's a whole nother lie right there. But to me, the women have become the new men. And it ain't right. They ain't how it's supposed to be. You don't supposed to be like this now. But like I said, that's a whole nother lie. But I just wanted to talk to the women. Sit back and ask yourself, why are you wasting? If you are wasting time, why are you wasting time? Honestly, be real with yourself. Why are you wasting time? Do you not have anything else to do? Are you just lonely and don't want to be by yourself? Are you dealing with some insecurities, which cause you to be okay with selling for whatever type of love you can receive, whether it's the love that you genuinely want? Are you just dealing with somebody just to say you got somebody? To try to keep up with everybody else that got somebody? Like, why are you really selling? Since we now know that we can't change people. Now, I'm not saying you finna find somebody perfect. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. Not me, not you, not nobody else. But what I am saying that if somebody tailor-made just for you, it's tailor-made just for you. So you don't have to deal with the depression. How you gonna be in a relationship and still be lonely? Hello? How can you be in a relationship and still be lonely? Still feel like you by yourself? Something wrong with that picture? Something wrong with that, sweetie? Do you really think that your time is not precious? Do you really think that it's okay to waste your valuable time? See, too many of us preoccupy our time with the wrong things. We wouldn't even see the right things if it slapped us in the face. Because we too busy being preoccupied with the wrong stuff, the wrong people, the wrong things. It's vital that that ends immediately. It's time for you to see yourself. It's time for you to truly discover your worth and really fall in love with you. Stop expecting people to love you in ways you ain't loved yourself yet. Because my thing is, if I have an expectation of a man to love me a certain type of way, and I haven't did it for me, how do I truly know how it's supposed to feel? So guess what? I'm going to keep going from person to person to person to person, looking for a person to do what I'm expecting him to do when I don't even know what it's supposed to feel like. And since I don't know what it's supposed to feel like, I'm not going to find it yet. So guess what? That means I got to sit my little old self down. I have to love me. I have to know who I am. I have to find myself. I have to make sure I have peace. I have to make sure I have joy. Make sure I know how to be alone. These are just examples. So once I know how to love myself right, love myself properly, and I know how I like to feel, and I can reciprocate it, and it's genuine, pure love, nothing toxic, no drama, it's peace, and I know how to reciprocate it, then I can put an expectation on somebody because I know how to give it back to them. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. It's easy, but then it ain't easy because everybody have different walks of life. But it's still your responsibility to sit your little self down and deal with this stuff. You want to be happy one day? Make sure you know how to be happy by yourself first. Make sure you ain't going into no relationship trying to get somebody half of you and like you really just in love and head over heels. You ain't in love. You looking to make yourself whole with somebody else. Because if you only a half by yourself, you can't be looking for somebody and thinking they finna complete you and make you whole. You need to be complete by yourself and then encounter someone. Then you can be happy. Because guess what? Whether that thing work out or not, you still gonna be whole by yourself. You still gonna be good by yourself. You still gonna have peace by yourself. See, a lot of women, they date people, and once it ends, they losing their minds. They going crazy. They cutting their hair off. They smoking. They drinking. Anything to cope with the pain. Some of them even popping pills now. Anything to help them deal with the pain and get over the pain. Running into other men's arms just to forget about him. That's what happens. When you're not complete by yourself, when you're not whole by yourself, when you don't have peace by yourself, when you don't have joy by yourself, you lose it all. Once them relationships fail, you just lose it. You go downhill because you feel like you are nothing without them. You feel like the world ending without them. That's a lie. Ain't nobody supposed to have that much power over you. But that's the mentality I'm sure we all have encountered. But it takes real maturity and growth to deal with that thing. To deal with yourself on that type of level, it really takes being mature to deal with yourself like that. To be honest with yourself like that. To look yourself in the mirror and be like, girl, now you know. Like, you got to be real mature to be on that type of level. To be ready for that kind of face-to-face talk. To deal with yourself on that level. You got to be ready for it. You got to be, when you tired, you tired. See, some people like to say they tired and they really ain't tired. But guess what? Sometimes God would allow people to destroy you, will hurt you so bad, and not even just destroy you in a way of like you're nothing anymore. But what I mean by destroy is he would allow them to hurt you so bad till you don't even have any more energy to take them back. You don't even have any more energy to deal with them on their level. They'll suck everything. He'll allow them to suck everything out of you to the point that you don't have nothing else to give them. Whether it's love, whether it's attention, whether it's affection or whatever, they'll drain it all out of you and you won't even have none to give them. He'll allow it if it's going to get you back to him. Because God tell us, he give us signs all the time and tell us, look, hey, don't do it. That ain't it. Stop doing it. Cut them off. Turn the cheek. That ain't it. But nah, we don't listen because we want what we want. And when we decide to do what we want to do, God allows whatever's going to happen due to the fact we did what we want to do. Sometimes he just have to let us see, because some of us are just that hard headed. We know we be hearing God. We still be like, whatever. I'm doing this for me. I'm living for me this time. Oh, it's so funny because we really think we have it all planned out. We think we have it going on. We be like, I'm doing this for me. I'm pleasing me this time around. And God be sitting back like, go on ahead, girl, with your bad self. Because he already know what's to come. And guess what? When you fall on your face and get hurt, and we, Lord, make the pain stop. And God like, I tried to prevent the pain the first time. I tried to prevent the pain the second time. I tried to prevent the pain the third time. You kept going back to him, so guess what? I had to allow this to happen to get your attention. Just for you to see what I was trying to tell you all along. I had to allow them to do all of this to you just for you to see they want it. Anyways, that's that on that, guys. I really hope this video helps somebody and really make you think, really give you something to think about, women. Really give you something to think about, because it's important that we know our worth. It's important that we respect ourselves, that we love ourselves, that we understand the value that we possess. It's important because guess what? We waste too much time on the wrong people, on the wrong things. And then we hurt. We looking crazy. But guess what? The ball is in your court. I'm going to be the one to remind you today that the ball is in your court. You can put a stop to all of it. All of the hurt. All of the tears. All of the heartache. All of the depression. All of the anger. All of the loneliness. All of the begging and the pleading. You can put a stop to it. You dribbling the ball. And you giving it back to him when he want it. But if you get the ball and throw it, take the ball out the game, then it ain't no game. How can the game proceed with no ball? It can't. We got to score some type of way. We got to dribble some type of way. So I'm just reminding you that the ball is in your court. The ball is in your hands. Stop passing that ball. You ain't got to deal with this. See, people are like, depression is real. Mental health is real. But you allowing these silent killers to get the best of you when all you got to do is stop the game. Stop the game. Take the ball out. Quit dribbling. Quit allowing these people to come into your life and give you the bare minimum just to shut you up. Because that's what they do. They let you complain for a while. When they get tired of hearing your mouth, they do it just enough to shut you up. And they back to their old self. And guess what? You crazy enough. We be crazy enough to sit up and settle for the bare minimum just because we getting it for that time. We be so happy with them little 10 days. Then we receiving what we've been asking for all along. We be so happy for them little 10 days. We be like, oh, they finally listen to me. Oh, wait. I love him. Day 11. Ray back being Ray. And it's a repeated cycle. Because you keep dribbling the ball with them. But I really hope I gave somebody something to think about. You have to know what you're worth and what you're deserving of. And like I said, if you don't keep nothing else out of this video, please hold on to what I said. And the day I seen this post, it stuck with me ever since. And it's been some years. But the post said that oftentimes people settle for the love that they feel they deserve. So if you are someone who's settling for something that you don't like, you have to sit back and ask yourself, what is wrong with me to where I'm willing to settle for this type of treatment? And you got to dig in them places, them dark places, them ugly places, them uncomfortable places. You got to dig in them places and get them answers so that you can be whole. Don't go in and shovel a little bit, and then when you get there and you don't like what you digging up, you want to pull the shovel out. No, get there and stay there. And discover what is it about you that makes you okay with accepting what you accept, with settling for what you settle for. But once again, I hope it helped y'all. Be encouraged, women. You're valuable. You are very valuable. You need to know that you're valuable. You deserve to be loved. Most importantly, love the way that you love others. You deserve it back. No reason why you should be doing over and beyond and you getting bare minimum. You a queen. That's not what God desired for us. And quit allowing people to treat you that way and make you feel like that's what you deserve. No, ma'am. But once you discover who you are, you're going to be unstoppable. Good day, everyone. Talk to you all later. Bye-bye.